Hello students, good morning. Welcome back to your 16th lecture of English grammar. In our previous lecture, we had completed our lesson number 7, nouns possession. Today, we are going to start our new lesson, lesson number 16, contractions. Let's see what will we learn here in this lecture today. Introduction. In introduction, I will give some information about contractions. Then we will see the definition of contractions. Then we will see the difference between possession and contractions to get more clarity about contractions. And then we will learn how to form contractions with some basic rules. And then we will learn to form a contraction with other rules. And then I will give an exercise for your homework. In our previous lesson, we had learnt about the possession and we also got the knowledge of the sign of possession means apostrophe. In that lesson, an apostrophe shows possession or ownership. Means we use apostrophe or apostrophe s to show the possession belonging something to someone in our previous lesson. But here we use an apostrophe for missing letter or omission of letter of the word. Means in this lesson also we are going to use an apostrophe but for another purpose. In our previous lesson we use apostrophe s and apostrophe to show the possession belonging. And in this lesson, we are going to use an apostrophe to make word in a short form. Now you have a question in your mind. What is contraction? A contraction is shorten the two different words which often come together. Or you can say that a contraction is a single word which has been formed by combining two words and replacing one or more letters with an apostrophe. Means contraction is a short form of two different words. In simple way, you can say that contraction means short form. We make contraction by combining two words and replacing one or more letter with an apostrophe. To make the word in short form, we use an apostrophe. So you can say that contraction is a short form of the word and we use apostrophe to write the short form words. Apostrophe shows us that one or more letters are omitted from the words. Now you have a question. Why do we make contractions? Why do we need to make contractions? Let's see. A contraction is short way of writing and speaking when any two words are together. We make contraction by means of removing some alphabets and sound from the words. As I told you, a contraction is a short form. So you can say that it is a short way of writing and speaking. And we make contraction by removing or omitting some letters or alphabets from the words. And after making contraction, the sound means pronunciation of the word and the writing form of the word means the spelling of the words are differ. The apostrophes are a form of punctuation. They have many uses. One of it which help us to forming contractions. It shows where one or more letters have been taken out. Means when we are going to make contraction form of the word, the apostrophe helps us to write the word in a short form, and it shows that one or more letters have been taken out or removing or omitted from the word. Now you have little bit confusion with possession and contractions. Let's see the difference between possession and contractions and clear our confusion. What is possession and what is contractions? Let's see the difference. Possession uses to show the possession or ownership. Means the possession form shows us something is belonging to someone, whereas contraction uses to make word shorten by omitting some letter. Means contraction is a short form of the word which we make by omitting some letters from the words. In possession, an apostrophe or apostrophe s uses after the noun to show the ownership or belonging. As we know that, as we learnt that in our last lesson, that we use apostrophe or apostrophe s that shows the things belonging to someone. It's owned by someone. Whereas in contraction, the sign of apostrophe uses between two words to make the word short. Means here in this lesson we are going to use an apostrophe to uses two different words to write in a short form. In possession, the sign of apostrophe or apostrophe s is used after the noun. Means in possession, what is the thing is belonging to whom, we use apostrophe or apostrophe s after them. Whereas in contraction, the sign of apostrophe is always used instead of the letter of the second word. Means when there are two words together and we want to write them in a short form, we use apostrophe and omitting some letters from the second word, and whatever the letters are omitted, we use apostrophe instead of the letter. Let's see the examples. For example, Riya's car means The car is belonging to Ria. So the sentence will be Ria has a car. Right? But here in a contraction, the example will be she's fine. Just listen it carefully. She's fine. It means that she is fine. In possession, Ria's car means apostrophe s is shows the possession of the car. Means Ria owned the car. Owner of the car. But here apostrophe shows that we write is in a short form with she. So the pronunciation of she is will be she's. She's fine. These are some points to show the difference between possession and contraction. I hope you will get more clarity for contractions. Let's learn some basic rules to forming contractions. When we convert the two different words in contractions, just remember first word always remains same. Means whatever the two words are there, first word always remains same. We do not change any letter from the first word. The second word is always the one which has one or more letters removed. It means that whatever the two words which we are going to contracting, the second word, whatever the second word is there, we are going to remove one or two or some letters from the second word. So just remember two things. The first word of word always remains same. So we do not need any changes in the first word. And when we forming the contraction form, we always removing or omitting some letters from the second word. And the third main point is an apostrophe is placed where the letter or letters removed or omitted. Means when the two letters are together and we want to write them in a short form, we remove some letters from the second word. And when we remove some letters from the second word, we use apostrophe instead of the letters. Let's learn more rules to form contraction form. Contractions with the verb to be. Contraction with verbs combined to the verb to be are some of the easiest and most straightforward. They mostly require removing one or two letters and inserting an apostrophe. Means when we are going to making contraction with the verb to be, it is very easiest and simplest way to form a contraction. And we need to removing one or two letters from the second word and insert the apostrophe instead of the removing letters. The verbs to be are in a three form: present form, past form and future form. Present form of verb to be are, which are they? Is, am, are. Past form of the verb to be are, was, were. Future form of the verbs to be are, will, shall. So today we are going to learn to make contraction in present form of verb to be, past form of the verb to be and future form of the verb to be. Contraction with the present form of the verb to be. Which are they? Yes, am, is, are. Verbs to be always used after the noun and pronoun. Means am, is, are also always used after noun or pronoun. Let's see how to make word in contraction form. We simply remove first letter of the second word and replace with an apostrophe. Means when the two words are together, means when two words are together, the first word maybe it is noun or pronoun and then the second word is the verb to be. So in this case we remove the first letter of the verb to be and may put an apostrophe in the place of removing letter. Let's see the examples. I am. I am. It will be. I'm. When we write them in a contraction form, then we use is after he, means he is, she is and it is. So what will be the contraction form of it? His, she's, its. Next, you, we, they. Here we use are with you are, we are and they are. And what will be the contraction form of this? Yar, where, there. These are the present form of the verb to be and its contractions. Let's move on the next topic. The contraction with past form of the verbs to be. Which are they? Yes, was and were. Here we simplify, remove the first two letters of the second word and replaced it with an apostrophe. As we know that the verbs to be always used after the noun and pronoun, means any verbs to be always used after noun and pronoun. So the first word will be noun or pronoun and the second word will be the verb of to be. Maybe it is am, is, are, was, were or will, shall. So, and the rule of contraction is the first word always remains same. Means the noun and pronoun always remain same in this case, and the second word, means the verb of to be. We remove first two letters. We remove first two letters of the verb to be in the case of past form of the verb to be. Let's see the examples. We use was with I, he, she and it. I was, he was, she was and it was. Right? What will be the short form of it? I's, his, she's, its. It will be same as when we use is with he, she and it. You, we, they. We use were with them. You were, we were, they were. The contraction form of this form is you are, we are, they are. I hope you will get clarity with these examples. Now, let's move on. Contraction of future form of the verb to be. What will be the future form of the verb to be? Yes, will and shall. We generally use will with all the pronouns and all the nouns. Let's see the examples. When we are going to form contraction form in future form of the verb to be, we remove the first letter of will, and when we use shall, we remove first two letter of it. Means I, we, you, they. If we use will with these pronouns, it will be I'll, will, you'll, they'll. And when we use shall, generally we use shall with I. Then, whenever the shall, we remove first two letter of shall. So, the contraction form will be same as will. So, it will be I apostrophe double L. Yes. Now, he, she, it. If we want to make these pronouns with will in contraction form, we remove only first letter. And when we want to contraction form with the shall, then we remove first two letters of shall. And the contraction form will be same, either of will or of shall. So it will be he'll, she'll, it'll. I hope you will get more clarity and proper way to form the contraction in the verb with present tense, past and future of to be. Thank you. Have a great day.